One of the projects in this course is the environmental controversy paper and discussion board. And it's really not that intensive. It's only writing a 2 to 3 page paper examining some sort of environmental issue. Some of the topics are more controversial than others, but I'm just calling it controversy to get all of those topics under one umbrella. So the first thing listed are the various deadlines. Depending on what semester you're viewing this video might be showing different deadlines than what you are currently doing. Be sure to look at your specific instructions just to make sure that your deadlines are the same. Here are the learning outcomes. Essentially, my goal for you is to be able to come at a topic and look at both sides. Cool if you're really passionate about something, but how well do you know the other side? Not just in science, but in life. It's really important to understand all sides of an issue before making a critical evaluation of where you stand on it. And that's what this project's for, but in an environmental context. Before you complete the project, the very first thing is just reading through these instructions and watching this video. There is a quick quiz that you can take as many times as you like in order to get a perfect score on it. This is just so that you really understand everything that goes into this project. Afterwards, you can sign up for a topic. So I have a whole list of topics that I know there's research on. And if you don't like something or you want to do a different topic that I don't have listed, just send me an email and I'll let you know if it's approved or not. And in general, there's two different types of topics that your paper will be focusing on. So one topic is that a issue has two clear sides. For example, hydraulic fracturing. There is the pro-business and pro-consumer. Hydraulic fracturing makes oil and gas a lot cheaper. But the other side of it is the environmental aspect, the environmental degradation that's happening. So you have two clear sides to argue. Now others, the topic is more of, it doesn't seem controversial. For example, solar power. Like there's not a group of people that are like, yay, solar power, and there's not really another group of people saying, no, we can't do solar power, it's going to hurt the world. Pretty much everyone agrees it's good, but there might be downsides. There might be negatives or cons to that topic. So some topics, there's two clear sides, two groups of people that are on both sides of the topic. Other topics are more of what are the positives and what are the negatives. Now I'm going to tell you right now, not every topic has an environmental pro and environmental con, or one side's environmental and the other side is environmental but a different aspect. Some of the topics only have one aspect. They might have an environmental pro and then it's a business con, or it's a consumer con. So try your hardest to find an environmental aspect on both sides of the issue, but I'm telling you right now, not all topics have an environmental position on both sides, and that's totally fine. Then for this paper, you're going to need to have at least 2 sources. You will likely need more, and that's totally fine, but for 2 of your sources, you're going to fill out this worksheet that helps you to evaluate your sources. Who is the author? Where did they get their information from? Is this new information? How reputable are they? It's just questions getting you to think about how good your source is. And you can find these worksheets on Blackboard. Although you may use more than 2 sources in your paper, you only need to do 2 of these. And you'll choose to do 2 sources, one for one side of your issue, one for the other side of your issue. Again, if you have more sources, totally fine, but you only need 2 for this assignment. Then you have your research paper. So the research paper needs to be a full 2 pages. Full 2 pages. It should be going really, honestly, you should just say it needs to be 3 pages so that you know it can go over to the 3rd page. You're going to give an overview of the issue, both sides of the issue, and then finally your personal take on it. Based on all the information you read, how do you feel about it? Are you for it? Are you against it? Do you think there needs to be more regulations? Do you think XYZ? Everything needs to be in your own words. Everything needs to be paraphrased. Do not use direct quotes. Plagiarism is really easy to do when you don't know what you're talking about, which is actually, yeah, fairly true. So just make sure you really are understanding your sources. Now, in this paper, we are using APA citations. There is a APA guide in Blackboard. There's also a video that goes along with it if you like a more video version of it. So be sure to read through that. That APA guide also gives tips on how to find sources, how to paraphrase information, as well as how to do APA in-text citations and end references. There's more information here in the instructions about the exact way to format things, the things to include, how things should look, so just be sure to take a look at that in your own time. You will see that there is a grading rubric here, so be sure to look over that, because then you get an idea of what you're getting graded on. And this way, you know going into it kind of what to expect for your grade. And then finally, you're going to be sharing your information in the discussion board. Now, you're not going to share your whole paper, but rather you're going to summarize it into some key thoughts. So you'll summarize it, you'll share it with the class, and then you'll reply to others, and you'll also be taking a look back to the replies on your board to see if anyone commented and make sure to respond to them. Semester to semester, these requirements may change, so be sure to look at the instructions for your semester to know how many replies you need to do, what your summary needs to consist of, etc. And then finally, I'm just curious kind of how you felt during the project. So for some people, this might have been a big eye-opener that they felt one way and then learned more about it and were like, wow, that's not great. Or you might say, yeah, this is what I thought, and I still feel the same. And that's totally fine. So there's a reflection. It's just a couple questions on Blackboard. As long as you answer it honestly, I don't care what you write. If you learned a lot or you didn't learn a lot, that is okay. But that's the last component of the project. Now, as you guys are working through this project, be sure to come back to the instructions. This video is just a quick overview, but the instructions are going to have all the details that you need in order to complete this project successfully.